Please welcome Michael Cheselka. I'm driving here. See a great big yellow sign. Says deaf child at play. And I think to myself as I pass the sign, oh my God, you have just told not just me, but the driver of every single car that goes by here that in the oh please dear God don't ever let it happen unforsaken moment that child inadvertently launches himself on a potential collision course with the car. Even the horn is useless to prevent the impending tragedy. Wouldn't it make more sense to get a great big yellow sign and put cars coming and stick it in the deaf kid's yard? Now that sign interrupted my train of consciousness and my thought pattern because the whole way here, I flew from Cleveland to Tampa this morning. I drove from Tampa to here. And the whole way here, I had never been to this club before. I'd never had the opportunity to do what we're doing tonight before. And I wanted to do something to make this night as special for all of you as it is for me. And I've decided that before my show ends, I'm going to pass a piece of paper around and get everybody's name. And when I get home, I am going to name a star after each and every single one of you. Because this way, for the rest of my life, I will know that all of your names appear in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. And I also know that for the rest of your lives, every time you're on a beach, every time it's a full moon, every time you walk together holding hands, you'll look up and go, where the fuck am I? But even that's not enough, ladies and gentlemen, because I said I thought about all that stuff before I got here. Look at this place. It's a great club. Look at this audience. It's a great audience. There is only one way to make this night the historic, special, record-setting night that it could be. Let's push limits. Let's break through barriers. Let's get together, lock the doors, and all fuck each other. Right now, come on. You had practice before. Let's just pretend we're all singing the same song, but you're playing your own organ. Now, it takes some getting used to, but please, I bring it up at the beginning of my show because if at any point later on you change your mind, raise your hand, and I'll stop. As a matter of fact, I'll show you how selfless I am about this. When I first proposed the idea, some of you people were taken aback. Some of you were just like, where's he gonna go with this? But at least a half a dozen of you thought to yourself, oh my God, this is my lucky night. There have to be a couple couples out there where your fantasy is to fuck in front of a whole crowd. So raise your hand, come on up, I'll step aside. And you can replicate what you do in the bedroom. Go, God, I wish other people could see this. I'm really good. You can have your moment. I'll share. All right, well, at least answer me this. Have the two of you ever had that conversation where you look at each other and say, honey, are we two of the last normal people left? Have you had that conversation? Because if you haven't, you're not. You're just not. I personally, all kidding aside, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out to support live comedy, for coming out together as a group to have fun with family and friends and people. You know, go ahead, give yourselves a hand. I'm not kidding. And I respect the fact that by doing this, you you chose not to sit at home in front of your TV screen and watch over and over and over and over commercials for diseases we don't even have. Every single night, your head, your heart, your ass, your thighs, your this and that, spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, there's a little pill for that. But I swear to God, folks, when you are trying to treat depression, and one side effect is suicidal thoughts, and the other side effect is suicidal tendencies, you're not done inventing that pill yet. Get your ass back in there, man. And what I don't like about it is they put all the pressure on you. You have to ask your doctor. They're the drug company. They go to the hospital every week, but you have to walk in and ask your doctor. And all I can say is I would never wish it on any of you, but if you end up with one of those unpronounceable maladies, and you find yourself one day at your doctor's office telling your doctor, yeah, I know my pancreas ain't worth a shit, but they have this little orange pill. If I take it, all my symptoms go away. And your doctor looks at you and goes, shit, when did they do that? That person should not be your doctor. You're supposed to tell your doctor if you're pregnant. Folks, if your doctor has no idea you're with child, that person should not be your doctor. You're supposed to tell the doctor if you've been somewhere where certain fungal infections are common. Who in this room knows where certain fungal infections are in common? How many of you have picked up the phone, called a travel agent and said, well, you know, my wife and I, we've been to the mountains, we've been to the beach. Shit, last year we took a cruise. This year, we want to go someplace where certain fungal infections are common. My God. And that doctor that made up that Lume shit. Come on. How many women in here got up on Sunday morning, took a shower, went to church, but by Tuesday found yourself walking around the house going, I know it's only been 2 days, but I just don't want to wash this thing. And who was the lucky guy that got to figure it out? Which guy got to go? You're fine. You're fine. And then a couple days later, you walk in the office, he goes, stay there, I can smell you from here. Jesus. They have that Ring doorbell commercial where the voice goes, hey, get out of there. And they leave the porch. And they don't take the package. Where does this shit happen in America? LifeLock has a commercial for $49.95 a month. They will provide you with a written report that will tell you if any of your information is on the dark web. Seriously? If you know where the dark web is, and you have seen my shit down there, do something! Pull a plug, smash a screen, slit some throats. I don't want a written report. That's like having a contract with the fire department for $49.95 a month. They'll knock on your door. We believe you should vacate the premises. Your house is on fire. And they just leave. They have a commercial, jackpots.com, that tells you you can play every game, bet on every sport, play every single lottery in every single state, and you don't even have to get up off your couch. Just call the number. And then they say at the end, if you or anyone you know has a gambling problem, folks, if you can't get your ass off the couch, that's too much for you. You have to sit there and go, you have a gambling problem. You're a loser. Do you know what I'm talking about? And I'm telling you, ladies, not just for me, but on behalf of any guy in here and most guys out there, if you put out, we don't care if you have plaque psoriasis. There is not a man in America gonna take his pants off in your bedroom going, oh, I can't wait to fuck it up. Are those flakes on your elbow? Where does this happen? And it's on every single night. These people dance, they sing, we're lowering our A1C. Shut up! Oh. There's a lot of stuff I can't figure out. And that's because my dad raised us. He was strict. My dad believed children should be seen on milk cartons. My mom taught me a plastic bag is not a toy unless it's completely empty. Then there, put that on your head and dance, you little shit. We just came through the holiday season. Holidays were a lot better when we were growing up. First of all, we got to celebrate them one at a time. Remember those days? Now you walk into any store, it's 5 holidays at the same time. There's Easter candy out and St. Patrick's Day hasn't even happened yet. What the? It's just nuts. But my dad, you know, like I said, raised us tough, which is why now, when the news comes on, and some kids have done horrible stuff, the news will go to the parents' house to find out. And they'll ask the parents, what happened? And the parents will go, oh, we have no idea. And the news is like, why? And it's like, well, it's Johnny's room. We don't go in there. Oh, stop it. How many of you remember, as you were getting older, and your older friends started to get their driver's license, and they'd come over to pick you up, you'd open up the front door, go running out to the car, and you knew damn well as you shut the door, before the car ever got out the driveway, your parents were already in your room looking through all your shit. Which is why for 4 years of high school, I hid my pot in my parents' room. So you have kids, grandkids at home. When you go home tonight, look under your bed. And if you find anything, don't get mad. Don't get mad. Shake their hand for being smarter than the other idiots they're going to school with. But my God, folks, this is 2025. And we still have to make radio commercials that play in your car to remind you, stop for trains. Let those people go. You go to a grocery store, pick up a gallon of bleach, it says, do not drink. Let those people go. You buy a chainsaw, there's a sticker on the side that says, do not stop chain with hand. This is a mistake you can only make twice. And the second time's a real bitch. I was Christmas shopping. I see a baby stroller on sale. Sale price of the baby stroller is $1,478. Now, that's a lot of money for something the kid's gonna outgrow, what, 4 or 5 months tops? And I thought, all right, fine, maybe I don't get something here. They're marketing to somebody a little more sophisticated, educated, wealthier, classier people. Maybe I just shouldn't even be looking. But then I noticed on the handlebar, little brass plaque with 2 little bolts, remove child before collapsing stroller. Shouldn't you know this before you're allowed to fuck? I'm just saying. And that's why, with all the stupid people, I think God put them there for us to play with. So go ahead and have some fun. Guys, put on a white shirt and tie, go to Walmart. Everybody will think you were the manager. People walk right up to you. How much is this? Bring a red pen. It's 79 cents. Couples, have some fun together. You know when the grocery store in your neighborhood is the busiest. Take your list, split it in half. Go to the grocery store, get separate carts, buy separate things, work your way up separate aisles, but then one of you, take turns, one of you just lean over and go, excuse me, I just wanted to rub your ass. And the other one of you go, oh, thank God. I just wanted somebody to touch me. And then walk out to your car, watch everybody go, what the fuck? Because personally, I am tired of going to a grocery store, pull in the parking lot, and as you get closer to the front door, you see 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 empty spaces. You get a little closer, you read that sign. That little sign says curbside pickup. Eat me. You're too fat and lazy to get out of your car and go buy your own groceries, then do what the sign says. The curb is out by the street. Park your ass out there, not in front of the front door. And don't be afraid. Don't get quiet. Don't look at me like, oh my God, how can you do that? It's easy. Read those signs. Nowhere on that sign does it say $250 fine. It's not a handicap space. Well, maybe mentally, but it's not a handicap space. I don't park in the handicap spaces. I respect the handicap spaces. And God knows the handicapped have been known to travel in packs. So at any moment, 15, 20 of them could pull in and need all those spaces. So I stay out. But what I think you should do is go inside, load up your cart, come out, load your car up, and then take that empty cart and put it in the space next to you. So you can fuck with that space even after you're gone. If enough of us do that, pretty soon it'll just go back to being what it should be. First come, first serve. Thanks. Take a moment now to tell you something I'm proud of, too. I have an awful lot of respect for service animals. You ever see a service animal do it? You ever see a seeing eye dog do its job? That dog will sit there, watch the light. Soon as the light changes, look back, cross the street, and it knows it's doing something important. Officer gets out of the cruiser, opens up the back door, his partner gets out, sits there. That street can be on fire, that street can be flooded, that street can have a car wreck in the middle of it. Shit, there can be gunfire. That dog will sit there until it's told what to do next. I respect that too. And if you ever, go out west where they're worried about parasites and different kind of food mixing in with our food system, they use beagles. Because a little beagle has a more sophisticated sense of smell than some of the bigger breeds. Even that little beagle walks through the airport with a vest and a badge, and it knows it's doing something important. Now, those people that can't walk into Publix and pick out a head of lettuce without that emotional support poodle. You ever look one of those dogs in the eye? That dog looks at you, it's like, help me. Don't just stand there. I'm in a crocheted vest, for Christ's sake. Look at me! I have the privilege of serving as a lector in my parish back home. I get to read the epistle. Not long ago, I had just finished the epistle for the week. I closed the Bible. I'm about ready to go back to my seat. The back doors of the church open up, and in walks a woman with a blanket and her emotional support chihuahua. I thought to myself, oh my God, lady, this is church. You're not safe here? And besides, I hate to tell you this, but if God is after you and he's pissed, you're gonna need a bigger dog. You're just gonna need another dog, I tell you. But again, like I said, it is 2025. We had a total eclipse of the sun last year. Remember that? Total eclipse of the sun. The whole northern hemisphere got to participate. And I say northern hemisphere because that becomes more important a little later on in my act. But all of us in the northern hemisphere watched the solar eclipse progress across the sky. Now, what happened for months, if not a year, before the eclipse? Every TV broadcast, every newspaper, every magazine, billboards, banners hanging from the street, everywhere you looked, it was on social media, do not look at the sun. Don't stare at the sun. Whatever you do, don't forget and phase out and look at the sun and do all that. Whatever you do, don't look at the sun. And you know what? Nobody looked at the sun. We missed a golden opportunity, folks. There will not be another total eclipse of the sun in this part of the world for 30 years. We missed a wonderful opportunity to go around Tuesday morning the next day and gather up all those people out in the street with pus-filled, crusty, burned out, melted shit all over their face. We could have rounded those people up and taken them somewhere before they voted and had kids. Because I'm just saying, you sit at home and you're double wide, you eat nothing but macaroni and cheese, you think wrestling's real? I don't give a shit who you think should be the president. But they're out there. There's stupid people everywhere. And some people believe in Bigfoot. Some people believe in the Loch Ness Monster. Some people believe there's a secret vault behind Abe Lincoln's head on Mount Rushmore. There are people that believe that we didn't go to the moon. There's people that believe that 9/11 was an inside job. And there are some people in this country that believe if you buy 2 windows, the second 2 windows are free. And all the stupid people that believe all that stupid shit also believe that Oswald acted alone. So they're a special kind of fucked up. Which is why I have come to the realization, and I truly believe, we have got to seal that southern border. It is the only way to protect those innocent refugees. We let those people into this country in a short amount of time, they are gonna be as dumb as we are. But I'll tell you this. I got back into comedy after being gone for a while, and I got back for one reason only. A, I think the world needs real comics again. They'll come out and just lay it on the line, because that's what audiences get out of their house to come see it. But the other thing, if you will notice with me, I haven't told you anything about what I believe in, who I voted for. I stand up here, I look at each and every one of you. I don't know. And you know what? I don't care. We had a great time, didn't we? Yeah. One thing comedy taught me, and being blessed to travel all over the country and all over the world, is people, human beings. We are a lot more alike than we are different. Amen. We're not enemies. We don't hate each other. We may be unhappy and we may be like unfulfilled, but it's not our fault. We need each other, especially to stand up to all the stuff that's coming. You know, and I'll tell you something. I believe that I don't care if you wear a red hat or a blue hat. Nobody's going to make this country anything again because we've never done it the first time. You know when you are at home, no matter what you talk about, no matter what you question each other about, no matter what you argue about, the next time you pick up your cell phone, there's an ad for it on your phone, isn't there? Does that bother anybody? Anybody do anything about it? No. The only thing that we ever do when something new comes down the pike, two choices in America. Bend over and take it, or take it and bend over. Those are the two things we do. When Facebook put AI on all of your phones, did anybody ask for it? And the first thing it did was go through all of your pictures and organize them by date. Did you ask AI to go through all your pictures? Do you think there's a snowball's chance in hell it didn't go through all your other personal shit on the phone? Does that bother anybody? Anybody do anything about it? That's what we should be talking about. The advances that are going on in countries that are supposed to be our enemy and our adversary, the technology, the development, the scientific advantages, we don't even talk about those. We don't even know about those. What do we celebrate in this country? Skechers made a pair of shoes you don't even have to bend over and touch to put on. Holy shit! Aren't we special? And even my friends, I'm the same way, that believe in the Second Amendment. That amendment is there because if things get out of hand, we're supposed to do something. But I asked myself a long time ago, what the fuck are we waiting for? We fought a revolution in this country because they were going to change the price of tea. The king is going to change the price of tea. Bullshit. That was the American Revolution. So I will tell you this. I got back because comedy heals. Even when we grieve, nobody starts to heal or laugh until somebody has the guts to put a lampshade on and say, remember when Uncle Ernie did this? That's why we're here. That's the human condition. So I think, and I will demonstrate, we can make one problem in this country go away, and we can start tonight, and we can start at McCurdy's, and we can start in Sarasota, and we can start in Florida, and everyone else can take notice. But I promise you, we'll get to that, but we can solve one problem here. Tell you one more thing about myself first. I sit down when I pee. I don't know how it started. Maybe I came home drunk. Maybe I got up in the middle of the night. But I remember one night sitting there thinking to myself, oh my God, this is comfortable. And I don't even have to hold anything. And guys, when you get up, the seat's already down. You'll never get in trouble for that shit either. But when I get off that toilet and I go back in the bedroom, my girlfriend knows who's for breakfast. I'm not confused about my gender. I blame that whole gender fluidity on one thing and one thing only. Crocs shoes. Yeah, you buy those little pins and stick them in there. Stand in front of a mirror butt naked, look down on a pair of Crocs. You can't tell if you're a man or a woman. But let's solve a problem, folks. We can make this go away. We've fought over it for 75 years. Abortion no longer has to be a problem in this country. And I told you about myself for one reason. I have a very spiritual side. I'm a practicing Catholic. I believe in the sanctity of life. But I also respect a woman who says the government has no business telling her what to do with her body. But I swear to you, we can make this whole problem go away. All we have to do is be more honest with our daughters, teach it in school, talk about it amongst ourselves. But ladies, you have to take it in the ass. Right now, God is up in heaven going, I put the answer an inch away. It's right there under your nose, or it should be. You've been calling it a piece of ass since the dawn of time. Mean it for a change. Ladies, use your schmoonie for two things and two things only. Use your schmoonie for the sanctity of life, and use it for GG and assorted toy content on your OnlyFans page. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you. Michael Cheselka.